There it is, guys. Check it out. My most complicated RC I have in the RC Spark studio. And yes, I do have a full-size RC skid steer. This one really takes the cake. This is a 19-channel 8x8 Scania extended 620 tow truck. This was built by me and my buddy Greg Marsh, who assembled everything 4 years ago, and I've done many videos on this. Except when I got this truck, brand new, it had a bug in it that I could not source. I could not figure it out. And Greg also was stumped on how to figure it out as well, because this truck was the most complicated truck at that time he had ever assembled. And it really came down to this hydraulic pump right here, because yes, this truck is hydraulic. Obviously the rams right there, the extended boom that you don't see has a ram on the inside, as well as a ram there, and one to bring out the tire carrier. Has electronic stabilizers on the back there, the outriggers, and locking differentials throughout the entire truck. Plus it is a single speed, a dual speed, not a triple speed. So we switched over to an RC four-wheel drive R2 transmission back in the day. Now the interesting thing about this whole setup, it sure reminds me, I'm about to get super nerdy here, Star Trek: The Next Generation. When I was looking at Commander Geordi LaForge take apart Commander Data's head, and you could see his neural network. This is just one side of the electronics. Let's go around the outside here. Obviously, this is the rear of the vehicle. This is all the lights and everything. I'm going to put it on. So much wiring on the inside. If you guys want to check out other videos that I go in detail about this truck, check out my tow truck on the RC Adventures channel, RC Sparks. Check out the 8x8 Scania tow truck. There's plenty on it. Here's the other side, guys. Sound kit installed, servo knot with a fan on the outside. Greg, shout out to you, buddy. I was able to install one there, helping, because that whole white label, both of them are actually covering aluminum plates that get quite hot. So we're looking at the ESC and lighting control and the sound unit right here. So in the back, what the problem was, oh, I have the battle switch. Here we go. This is a battle switch. All it is a switch that goes on and off, basically, but does it on remote. Now, it gets more complicated than that, but it runs a motor and blah, blah, blah. But the whole deal is that this was actually causing a problem. It was inadequate for what we were trying to run with this pump and motor system. 4 years I tried to figure out what I was looking at here, and it just took me a very long time to educate myself enough about electronics and wiring to even have the faintest idea of how to troubleshoot what I was looking at. Here's the Genzace 3-cell 7,000 milliamp hour LiPo battery that I'm using in here. Got plenty of hours. I don't really have to worry about charging this for well over an hour. You can see the battery, 7,000 milliamp Genzace. What a beautiful hard case battery. I'd never really need to worry about any kind of power loss there. So you can see why I'd be worried. I want to have a fairly decent discharge rate on it, as well as I want power being distributed all the time. Yes, there is a BEC in here. There are several servos that you can see. Here's the servo block for the hydraulic system. Some of you are really savoring what you're looking at right now, because this is a very rare look into an RC that normally you don't get to see up close. Don't even bother asking me what a build like this costs, because it would make you pucker in areas of your body that you didn't know that could pucker. Truth. Anyway, so now that I got the battle switch out, I replaced it with an RSX ESC from Tekin. The only reason I put in a powerful ESC like this was really for the BEC feature that's built in on the inside, plus the current protection that's in there. And now all the issues are completely gone. Yes, I'm finally able to run my hydraulic system the way I'd like, as well as do the mixes on my Spectrum radio. This is a DX18 with another transmitter for the winch, which makes it a 19 channel. Everything is used. Look at this, I got the mix on the dial. Of course, I didn't turn it on first. This is a better view for you guys. You can see where I've got the dial right here, and then the mix with the pump when I put the dial input in. So the pump only turns on when I move the dial, and then full extension, and then back down. The wheel lift I control up here, so you can see. So that would just kind of lift me a little bit depending on where I want to be with the tires, of course. So that's completely controllable. And then of course the extension. And then as I attach the back, I have to go in and hook up all the wires that are in there to make sure it works with all the electronics in the control center. So there are lights throughout this entire thing that is beautiful when they're lit up, but if you don't do it right, none of it works. There we go. Wiggled it down into place, stretched it around the frame and chassis, very, very careful. But now everything is in place and plugged in, and check this out. Those are the beautiful hazard lights that we've all loved. If you follow the show, then you've seen these before. But the best favorite piece of mine here, this light on top, I actually had to order it in Germany. It was handmade before mass-made LEDs. And look at this rotator light. It is actually, there you can see, look at that. One of the most beautiful things I have on the truck is that light. I know this entire video has been super nerdy and I've lost like 3/4 of the people watching by now. Comment down below. Let me know if you're still watching this video, because I'd love to know if other people are as interested in this kind of truck as I am. I'll be putting this on Loading Wars, of course, on my other channel, but I'm doing this on this channel because simply we've been following along with this truck for so long. Okay, so now we know about the hazard lights and the top rotator light and the front, as you can see, which is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. But we also have the front lights to go as well. These front lights are easy to turn on. All I have to do is just move my stick to one to the side, and look at that. Absolutely stunning. An interior light as well. Do you want a closer look? I'll just turn on the inside one, and then the top. And aren't they nice? So we can have a good look at the inside lights. Let me back it up here for you. So the blue and the front. So this is giving us tons of light when we're out on the road trying to pick up one of the cars or trucks. Of course, you want to be able to get seen when you're on the road. And here I turn down the shop lights so you can kind of really get what this truck is all about. Isn't that just beautiful? Really a work of art. Really glad to be able to fix it finally, get it back on the show. It's been one of my favorite RCs since the beginning, and we'll be glad to have it rolling. But I think we should hear how it sounds. Yeah. It moves, guys. Check it out. Back on the attack. Let's go ahead and move up that back boom. You can hear the PTO kind of revving itself up. That's because it's a Servonaut sound card. Let me turn on the lights and we can focus a little bit better. Okay, so here are the back winches that I have on the truck. They are very small motors with even smaller gearboxes here that have a shaft that goes straight through to the other side where there's a bearing. There's a bearing on this side, a carrier bearing. The motor kicks in, the gear shafts or the gears turn, the gearboxes turn and bring in the winch. The problem is the gears in this small gearbox are way too small to haul anything of any power. So that's one of the downfalls in the truck that I'm going to have to work on. And I'm thinking either 2 8 scale winches, kind of like staggered, one lower and one higher, so we can have the double strand of the winch lines coming down to help haul. But one of these is already broken, even though I replaced it a while back. I broke it on the same day I replaced it, so not a good option. So I won't do that again. But there it is as a whole. Kind of looking forward to removing these, as they don't really kind of fit how gorgeous this truck is overall. But I say for the last thing, we should try out the hydraulics, maybe get down a semi truck and load it up. Why not? Yeah! What do you mean it's too high? That's not a safe carrying height on the highway? I think it looks pretty darn good, actually, for imagination. Look at this beautiful old Mack truck. I'm working on this too. Greg, you know I got this from you, buddy, and big shout out to Semi Joe there for his cool body works. Got a cat engine on the inside, but look at this, guys. It's finally working. I never claimed to be a tow truck driver. Don't worry, I won't be towing your vehicle anytime soon. I know half of you are thanking me right now for not doing that. All right, so regardless, there you go. Let that baby down. But there you go. Got everything fixed after 4 years. Leave some noise in the comments section. At least smash the like button. And we'll see you in the next episode of RC Adventures. Yeah, now get outside and have some fun with RC. Woohoo!